Hello whistleblowers, investigative blogger Crystal Cox here with a few more tips and probably repeating on how to blow the whistle and be your own PR. Alright, I have lots of books on whistleblowing. Let's see, I'll show you those another time. There is books out there about whistleblower laws. You know, you can get an attorney, hopefully, get an attorney to represent you, or you can sue on whistleblower laws and you can get a certain percentage of what it is you're blowing the whistle on, whatever you get back for the government. It is deemed that whistleblower laws are taken pretty serious. However, for most of you out there trying to blow the whistle in small towns on judges, on cops, on county commissioners, on local corporations polluting the air, the water, or trying to expose someone who's done wrong to you or your children, or someone you know, most of those folks are shut down pretty easily. Corrupt judge can sign you into a mental institute. You can have your blog shut down if you're trying to expose them online. When you start to speak out, they discredit you right away. Things like sound pollution, or pull you over for anything at all that they can discredit you about before they get you into court about the real issue that you were trying to expose. And so it's really hard to blow the whistle. So I recommend that you start a blog, and I would start several blogs. Before you start to blow the whistle, get a USB, several of them, and get all of your documents of proof. Type out everything you know. Do some videos and talk about the story, maybe just kind of note-wise. And then do some videos that you want to present to the public. Tell the story, maybe show some documents of proof in the video. And you know, tell the story the best of your ability. You can do several videos and title each one maybe for each person or act or law that happened. You can also link every one of your documents of proof, have copies of those on the USB. And I would send a copy of this to other people. I would also have your power of attorney, your medical power of attorney before you start blowing the whistle, because like I said, it's real easy to get you in a mental institute. It's really easy to get you in court and start setting you up once you start, you know, rumor milling. So don't rumor mill it. Don't go around and go, you know what they did, and okay, just shut up. Get your proof down. Get it all documented, okay? I would file a lawsuit. If I'm not trying to give you advice, legal advice, but I'd file a lawsuit, and you can put it all in evidence, and you can get it notarized, or you know, sworn statement. This is your declaration and every bit of evidence of your proof, and file a lawsuit against one of the parties and get that all on the docket. You can file a criminal complaint with the Department of Justice or the Attorney General, FBI, even local cops. File a criminal complaint, get it all on the docket, and then get copies of all of that on the USB that you send to somebody. Okay, get all of this in place, and then once that's all in place, then blog about it. Okay, start several blogs and put your police report. Put your videos where you talk about it. Put your documents of proof. And do this on several blogs. And I would do it on, you know, Facebook pages, Rip-Off Report, you know, wherever you can tell your story. This is not about defaming people. This is about your documented proof of what you're exposing corruption and you're not being listened to. Okay, local reporters aren't going to take your story. Odds are that local detectives aren't going to follow up on it. Nobody's going to do anything about it. So you get it documented everywhere. And that way, then when they come in to shut you down, to sue you, to put you in jail, to put you in a mental institute, all of the documents of proof are already there. Okay, so they can't just sweep it under the rug and sweep you away like you're crazy, you're not to be believed, you're lying, you're defaming, you're slandering. You have all of this in order before you expose it. Okay, if you start talking about it beforehand and they get wind that you're going to talk about it, they can shut you up and discredit you before you expose them. All right, so again, I'm just recap a little bit of that. Basically, you want to get power of attorney, medical power of attorney. Okay, once a corrupt judge signs you into a mental institute, you don't really have any rights. But having someone to speak for you gives you some rights, okay? Now, you should still be able to file legal documents from a mental institute, but I'm not sure how that works. The whistleblowers that I've had put in them, they seem to be shut down and drugged and they can't function at all. So you need to have that in place before you start spouting. You need to have your sworn document declaration of what happened with, and I don't care how big it is. Okay, and file that with the courts. And all of this on a USB that you send maybe to a couple places. A video of you talking about the story. And then once all of these are in place, I would take that sworn statement with all the evidence and send it to the Attorney General, the Department of Justice, the Attorney General of the United States, and the state that you're in. I take it and file it as a police report, and then you have a stamp on every one of these files, and then you embed, you can upload it like DocStock or Lulu or Scribed, and then take these PDFs and you can insert them into your blog, start mini blogs. You can do WordPress blog for free, blogger.com blogs for free. You can do ebooks and put all of these documents in an ebook, and you can load that online. You can send these PDFs around to everybody, to different news outlets and wherever you want, but they're not necessarily going to take your story, but it gets the story circulating. And like I said, you do videos and talk about the story, link to proof, and file lawsuits and file criminal complaints, and treat it like a business and remain calm, okay? Because you're going to get sued, you're going to get attacked, you're going to get threatened, and it'll ruin your marriage, it'll ruin your life, it'll ruin everything that you once held dear. But if you really want to stand for these, then these are just some tips of things to get into place before you start fighting to protect you, because it's pretty easy to shut you up, and most of the time you're the power of one, okay? So a lot of people aren't going to want to stand up with you, and law enforcement's not going to protect you, and the FBI is not going to protect you, and friends and family, nobody can protect you. The only thing you can do is to be your own PR thoroughly and get the story out there and begin your fight, and pace yourself. Walk, pray, drink water, eat lots of vegetables, remain calm, or it'll take your health, it'll take your stress, you'll have a heart attack, you'll get arthritis, you'll get all stoved up, your family relations will be strained. It may take years. You may never get justice. What may happen is a tipping point that gets justice for someone else someday. Okay? You have to simply just get all of your proof out there the best you can and walk away. Again, my name is Crystal Cox. I'm an investigative blogger, and just giving you some tips on how to expose corruption effectively as your own PR and media. Bless you.